Lads, it's no secret people are making thousands clipping content on YouTube and TikTok, but if you've been living under a rock, you basically take a popular creator or streamer, find something funny they say or like a funny segment, turn that into a short form video, and then start to earn money off that video you made. You know, super easy stuff. This is not a new thing at all. Everyone and their nan is doing it right now, but there's always been this one big, huge problem, which is you have to reach the requirements to get paid. However, this is where things get interesting. I want you to cast your minds back to like 2017, 2018, to your first Fortnite Battle Royale game, when you opened up that golden chest and got that golden scar. Do you remember that feeling? Well, you're gonna get that exact same feeling again, because now you can actually clip content for popular creators and get paid from your very first video. We're talking you literally make a fresh page, post your first video, and that video can start earning you money from day one. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's never ever been an easier time to clip than right now. We're literally in the golden age. It's crazy that this exists. So if you've watched videos on my channel before, you probably heard me talk about Whop. Whop is basically the platform that's allowing us to make money from clipping. But the problem with Whop is that you guys don't actually know how to make a viral video. You see, I've actually talked about this before on my channel, and I saw the videos you guys were making, and I'll be honest, you're fumbling the bag. You're fumbling the bag. There's so much money to be made on this platform, so I've had to come back and show you how to actually make your videos go viral so you can get some of these payouts. So this is Whop right now, the platform that we're on, and let's just go on to content rewards. And now this is basically where you sign up to clip for someone else. So as you can see, all of these creators are paying people like me and you to actually make clips for them. So if we just go on to someone completely random, you know, who Sorcery Podcast, I don't know who this is. It's a podcast. As you see, they seem to have quite a big audience. They're actually paying $3.50 per 1,000 views your videos generate. They're offering this on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. It was just crazy because you could upload to all three platforms, gather loads of views, and they're paying you $3.50 per 1,000 views. Say you get 100,000 views. That's as simple as going $3.50 times 100. $350 for 100,000 views just from clipping their content. And because you can post to so many platforms, 100,000 views isn't that hard. So that's just one example of one of the creators on Whop offering some money. As you can see here, there's absolutely loads. What you want to pay attention to is how much their budget they have. A couple of the key things I look for if you're going to be clipping on Whop is how much the actual creators paid out. Because let's say, as you can see here on this Whop, this guy's actually paid out $2,800, which tells me that there is high opportunity in this guy's niche and people are getting views. Like, look at that. These people have generated 7 million views for this kid. Like, it's ridiculous. So because they've generated them so many views, he's paid them out, and it's as easy as that. You don't have to get paid from TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts these days. You can just get paid directly from creators. But yeah, let's actually break down how you do this, how you make your videos go viral so you can get the most money possible. Like I said, I don't think people are taking advantage of this properly. So first up, like I said, we're going to look for someone that's actually paid out quite a bit to actually start clipping for them. As you can see, Logan Paul's even got his own Whop clips thing. He's actually paid out $600 so far. But yeah, Logan Paul's offering 0.75. Now the reason Logan Paul's probably offering a bit less is because his clips have got higher chance of going viral. So it's one of those things, because his videos can go viral easier, it might be worth taking the pay cut because you're actually going to get more views overall, so you are going to get paid more. You have to kind of think like that when you're looking at these creators. All right, I've settled on this guy called Jordan Brown. It says make $2 per 1,000 views. $2 sounds good, and I actually just did a little bit of research on his content, and his content seems clippable. It seems viable. I feel like we can work some magic there. As you can see, this guy's got 350,000 subscribers. Gets like a fair bit of views on his videos. There's definitely room there for us to create some short form clips, and he's offering $2, which means more money for us per 1,000 views, which, you know, we're trying to maximize this income. All right, so now that we've picked our creator, all we have to do is click apply now. This is going to take us into his actual Whop. You can click on learn over here, and Jordan Brown's actually got a full course on what are the requirements. So you click start here. So as you see in account creation, he wants your name to include something that involves Jordan Brown, which is fair enough. We can do that. You know, choose a profile picture from here. He's got given you profile pictures. Set up your bio to match his main account. He's basically just giving you a load of stuff on easy mode, and a lot of the creators on Whop do this. This is quite standard on Whop, where the creators will actually give you a lot of assets and a lot of help on their content because they know their content better than anyone else, so they want it to look a certain way. Whoever's Whop you actually choose to join and clip for, you just have to go through their little course thing and make sure that we're going to be creating these videos the way they want so we can actually get paid. We need to make sure we're on point with this, but honestly, it's not hard stuff. Like, you know, clips must not portray Jordan or his brand in a negative or harmful light. It's not, you know, it's not stupid stuff. You know, we're not going to do that anyway. The important stuff is stuff like videos must be minimum 10 seconds, videos must be original, video bios must say follow my main account, Jordan Brown. They're the important things that we actually need to look at and implement in our videos. But again, so easy stuff to do. Then what a lot of these Whop creators are going to do is they're actually going to give you like a Google Drive full of clips that we could use to edit our videos. Again, they're making it so easy for us. They're literally handing it us on a plate. It's just how we go about editing these videos. Find yourself on the creator's Google Drive. Now, if your creator doesn't have a Google Drive, you can just look at their YouTube channel, their TikTok channel, or any channels they actually have. And if they don't have good content, like I said earlier, don't clip for them, because you're just making your life so much harder. We want to find good people that it's easy to actually make money with. Here, this guy's like a make money online type of guy. He makes money drop shipping and stuff. So that's the angle that we're going to make with this page. So next up, we're just going to look into his niche a little bit more, and actually we're just going to look and see if we can recreate one of his videos. Not obviously exactly, but his style of videos, because obviously if it's working for him, you know, it's gonna work for us. So quite simple. I've just found his Instagram. He's posted a picture of a Porsche. He's getting in his Porsche, running errands, and it's literally just him going around running errands with some like fancy, you know, like inspiring sort of, not inspiring music, but you know, like high energetic music. And how much is that? How many views has that got him? 65,000. So what, he's paying $2 per 1,000 views. So just on Instagram, never mind TikTok, YouTube Shorts, on that one video, he's paying out $130 for that, for literally that. Not to mention on other platforms and how many videos you can be posting. This is what I say when it's literally a gold mine, this clipping stuff. Imagine if you're not only clipping for this guy, but you're clipping for other creators on Whop as well. Like, imagine if you're clipping for like 3 or 4, 5 creators on Whop. You could be earning like 5 to 10 grand a month if you get good at this. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. How do you actually make your clips go viral so that we can actually, you know, benefit from these payouts? So I can sit here all day and show you loads of different editing techniques, and I can show you how to do certain things, but that's not actually going to help you. What's going to help you is this next step. Basically, we're going to look, it doesn't matter who you pick, it doesn't matter who you choose, there's going to be people clipping this content. So the first thing that you want to do, you want to find people clipping the same person as you. So for example, here we're on Tickers, Jordan Brown Blueprint, you know, he's just following the model. He's only got 13 followers. This guy doesn't seem like he's popping off too much. You know, he's not getting enough views. We're not going to clip off him. However, this page here, Jordan Brown Scholar, you know, he's joined the Whop exactly like the other guy. He's making content for him as well. But as we can see, this guy's getting way more views. We're talking a couple thousand here, a couple thousand here. We've got 70,000 on this one, 100,000 on this one, 16,000 on this one, 65,000, 292,000 on this one. I remember Jordan Brown is paying $2 per 1,000 views you get. So if we just run these numbers, this guy's easily made over $1,000, $2,000 just on this page so far. Absolutely churning out the content. He's probably actually could have made more. He could have made more. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of crazy views here. This guy could have literally have made like $3,000, $4,000 from clipping. So obviously if it's working for this guy, you know, we probably want to look at his formula and how he's doing it, try and replicate some of these views. Now he's doing something very simple. He's literally just using his clips. He's using some emotional music. He's adding black bars at the top and the bottom. And he's either going with this like POV, you know, it's POV, you got rich and stayed retarded, and he's just throwing some clips, or like the boring friend, here we go. Clips, again, very simple and easy to do. So all you'd literally have to do to recreate this guy's videos is go to Jordan Brown's Google Drive, or go to whoever's Google Drive you're clipping for Whop's in. Go over to CapCut, paste it into CapCut, make the video like this. Have the black bars on top and bottom, and then literally add the text. However, I would add the text in TikTok, in YouTube Shorts, in Instagram, just because if you're actually using their features in the app, they promote the videos better. That's just how it works, because they like seeing you using their features. So I wouldn't add the text in here, but I just add like a bunch of these videos from in here, you know, stuff that's relevant to the theme. So as we can see here, what's something that's popped off here? My first car was a millionaire. It's literally just this with a black screen. Like, how easy is that? So we can just recreate something like that. POV, it's starting to make sense, or POV, you're starting to see it, and you can make these videos as interesting, or as, you know, what you can do one clip, you can do multiple clips. Essentially, what this guy's doing is working, and you just want to replicate that. And it's as simple as dragging images from the Google Drive and then export that into TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, as many platforms as you can to try and make up those views, and that's how that guy's earning $3,000, $4,000. Now obviously you might not actually pick this guy, you might pick someone else because there's so many people on Whop. But like, let's say we saw that impulsive one earlier, you know, we can actually just join Logan Paul's Whop. But Logan Paul's a good example because, you know, he's actually got his own impulsive page. The videos and they get hundreds of thousands of views. So you can just follow this kind of formula and create the same sort of videos. All he does on his videos is add some captions. Instead of just having it focused on one character, he has it focused on 2 different characters. So if we just go to YouTube and find a funny bit in the podcast of what we can actually clip up, go back over to CapCut again. I can drop this in. We can get rid of Jordan Brown now. So what he does is, like I said, having like something like this, where it's just, you know, one of them on screen, it looks a bit rubbish. He actually goes like this, makes Logan fit up a good half of the screen here. Then he'll do a mask, so we can do a mask horizontal here. But something like this, you just turn it around like that. And then, you know, you can drag it down just by going like this. And then you actually want to Control-C, Control-V to duplicate this layer. Then what we're going to do is just go back over to mask. Instead of having Logan Paul there, we want to have Tfue. Drag Tfue over here like this, make him a little bit smaller or something like that. Go back over to mask. You can just click something like mirror here, which is just going to mirror that mask, and that's going to create this effect where instead of just having a boring landscape screen, we've got them both on idly eye. So if we actually play this, you know, it just looks natural. It's like, you know, it's been filmed that way when it hasn't. And I think one other thing that Impulsive might do on their TikTok, they had a little green rectangle. You can add objects in CapCut, or you could literally just type in green rectangle PNG. This glowy one looks kind of cool. Save this image, drag this on over into CapCut. You want to turn off uniform scale here, so we can just basically adjust it to however we want. Make it go to like there, where the crossover is, and boom, we've just created a Logan Paul impulsive style clip. Like, this is what he posts to his actual official, and we can also make this very easily, very simply. You can also add captions to this as well if you want by just clicking add captions on CapCut. And what I'd also do to your videos as well is I'd add sound effects. I'd add some effects like on CapCut here, this zoom lens thing. So it's just going to create this lens zoom at this like one bit. Obviously don't do it like that on that bit. Something to give it a bit more of life, to make it stand out a bit different than the original. I'd probably definitely add captions to this as well because it just makes it better. But also, as the podcast goes on, I wouldn't just keep it in this style, I'd switch it up. So you know, like here where it kind of breaks a little bit, I'd actually make him the main character again. I'd split this clip here, and then I'd go and get rid of the mask on this side. I'd make Tfue the main subject. I'd make the green bar, you know, last to here. So then essentially you've got, you know, Logan, you got Logan speaking to Tfue here, switches to Tfue, and then it switches back to Logan, and you can have full close-ups, and then I'd switch back to this little green effect, and then maybe I'd do a focus up on someone else, like Mikey, who's also in the room, and I just keep on switching it up to keep people's attentions. If you're doing stuff like this and constantly changing the frame, it's going to engage, which is going to keep people on longer. That's essentially how I'd clip a podcast like Logan Paul's or something like that. Like I said, there are literally loads and loads of different content rewards that you can take advantage of now on Whop. I hope this video's helped. Honestly, the main things you want to take away from this video is just see what is working out there, who's actually successful, who's bringing up the views, and think, okay, how have they done that? Can I replicate something similar to that? And if you can, you know, you want to go full throttle and start doing that. I just showed you how easy it was to do Jordan Brown and Logan Paul, and it literally took me about 10 minutes. Honestly, it's not that hard to do. Very, very simple editing, and some of these guys are absolutely killing it.